Hello everyone, this is WatchMeStress and welcome to my very first YouTube video. So I am a watch collector and I want to do something a little bit different and walk through my watch collection chronologically. So what I'm talking about is I want to go through my collection in the order in which I purchased them so you can see the addiction that watch collecting has become, at least for myself. So I'm going to start with my very first watch here, my Fossil Steel, which I purchased in the early 90s. Walked into Macy's one day when in my 20s and I thought, well, that's a pretty watch. I really like the blue, which is pretty much my favorite color, and so I bought it. To be honest, I didn't know a damn thing about watches back in the day. I just thought it was pretty, and here it is 20 years later. It is a quartz movement, and it's one of only 2 quartz movements in my collection, and it's nothing special other than it's the first watch I purchased. So I'm going to use this opportunity to kind of highlight the differences between a quartz movement and a mechanical movement. So on this particular watch, I've set the time on it, I would say about a month ago. I don't know exactly to the day, but nonetheless, it's been about a month. And what you see here on the right, I'm in the Pacific time zone, so it's the official US time as kept by atomic clock, which costs much more than this Fossil. And if you can compare the difference between the two here, you'll see that the Fossil's running right around 3 seconds faster than the official US time, which over a month period is really exceptional timekeeping. Especially compared to any mechanical watch. Certainly any mechanical watch in the $100 range, which is right around what I paid for this Fossil here. It is battery operated, so every few years you got to get the battery replaced, which costs right around $20, which is probably what the watch is worth. But nonetheless, it's a good watch. It served me well, and happy to still have it in my collection. So moving on to the second watch in my collection, which I purchased about 10 years later after going to college, mechanical engineering major. So I wanted a mechanical watch, something cool, something Swiss, something with a name. I ended up purchasing this Longines after a few too many beers on eBay one night. And I didn't really know it at the time, but pretty much the only thing original to Longines in this watch is the movement. The case, the dial, the hands, everything that you're looking at right now is a modern recasement, modern reproduction of a Longines watch. So you say, well, why the hell did you buy such a thing? Well, the reason's really simple. I saw this picture in the ad, and that sold me on it. And the picture I saw back then was this. What you're looking at right now is a 100-year-old Longines watch movement. Obviously, this is mechanical. There's no watch running this thing. You turn the dial here, and you wind the springs, and that's pretty much how it works. It's all springs and gears, and it's freaking gorgeous too. If you look at the pattern, all the detailing that they put in these. You gotta remember, this was done at a time when they didn't have computers or laser engraving. Everything here was done by hand because they actually cared. The movement itself, you say, well, how accurate is it compared to the quartz? And the answer is, honestly, I'm not all that sure, because this is not a hacking movement. What a hacking movement is in the mechanical watch world is when you set the time and you pull this crown out. If this was a hacking movement, when I pulled it out, the watch would stop. That means I could set it down, set the time to the second. But they didn't really do that back in the day. At least 100 years ago, they didn't. And because of that, it's kind of difficult to tell exactly how accurate it is down to the second. But I can tell you that I have worn this watch as a daily watch. And it keeps time accurate enough that I get to work on time, I get to my meetings on time, and it's completely functional. Beautiful movement. Like I say, the case and all that stuff isn't original, but nonetheless, cool watch. Cost me all of $300, so maybe 3 times what the Fossil cost me, but at any moment, if I felt bored with it, I could probably sell it for about the same price that I bought it for. So cool watch. I would highly recommend, if you're going to get into watch collecting and you can afford the mechanical movements, maybe something vintage like that, it's probably the way to go. Unless you're looking for super accurate timekeeping, this is just way cooler, way more collectible, and I love this watch. Only downside of it is it's freaking loud. So I'm going to be quiet for a second so I can hear it. And so what you're hearing there is the movement ticking away, so you can imagine working in an office environment what it would sound like to hear this thing just beating away. Just kind of makes you crazy. But other than that, cool watch. Highly recommend these watch movements. $300, really can't go wrong. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you look forward to my other videos as I work through my watch collection. So this is WatchMeStress, and once again, thank you.